Hola Sharks, I'm Mafe.
And I'm her sister, Coco.
We're originally from Caracas, Venezuela, and together we founded Toasted. We're here today seeking $100,000 in exchange for 5% equity in our business.
Sharks. When we moved to the US from Venezuela, we spent years craving great South American food, but we couldn't find authentic and convenient options in the market.
And that is why we decided to create Toasted, a brand of better for you Latin American food staples that are ready to eat in under 10 minutes. We decided to focus on a South American classic, the arepa. It is a cornmeal bread that is crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and perfect for stuffing with your favorite fillings. We offer different flavors from chia flaxseed to yuca to our original corn recipe, all with zero added sugars and trans fats, with 3 to 4 grams of protein per serving. And they're also gluten-free. Sharks. The Hispanic community is the fastest growing minority in the US, and the love for Hispanic food is mainstream across America. Who's ready to join us in becoming the go-to brand for great and authentic Hispanic food?
All right, Sharks.
We are back with another Shark Tank breakdown episode. I am your host, Dave, an almost 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from trademarks to patents, trade secrets, NIL trade, mark patents, copyrights. I think I left out that one. And this is an interesting one. I know one of the videos I did on, it was a Filipino brand that came on Shark Tank. I can't think of Philo Manila, I think it was. But man, that video has over almost 80,000 views on YouTube here. So I'm almost jealous a little bit as a African American who was born here, raised here. It seems like other cultures as they come here, and this actually should be more of a business model for people who come to the U.S. from other cultures, being able to kind of rely on the fact that it's a contingent of people that are from their culture, as well as back home, that's going to support the actual product. Again, in the Philo Manila case, there's a ton of reviews on that video that kind of talks about the Filipinos will support Filipinos and the Sharks missed out because the Filipinos will kind of support each other. And I would imagine it's the same thing. I think they said that they were from Venezuela. And again, as an aside, I love the fact that you have the sister, the siblings starting a business and kind of going forth with it. I love that fact. I always love when families kind of just kind of start something together. And when you're talking about generational wealth, being able to kind of build it together, grow together, spend time together, go through the ups and downs and build that relationship together, and hopefully maybe have a successful exit at some point and kind of have that generational wealth. But I guess kind of back to my original point, again, in the African-American community, it's not like an African dish that I can point to now. It is definitely some soul food, so I probably shouldn't say that. But it's definitely not, say, an African a dish, or even if I was to go start a company and say, start a company in Africa or some other country outside the U.S., I'm not sure if, I guess, African Americans, maybe they do support it. That's within that area to the extent that it is a large contingent of African Americans within, say, Africa or another country, and they kind of eat the soul food. But it seems like you see that more times than not, where you have a business that sells some food, in this case, from Venezuela, Latin food, and they come to America and they start a business. And I guess at the very least, you will have other Latin Americans, Venezuelans support their business, and you can almost survive just off of that. So it seems like that's a big play for other people, other cultures coming here to America. If it's a dish that they don't find here, to be able to say, hey man, I'm not seeing it here, and it's a large contingent of us, I'm pretty sure somebody wants it just like I do, so I'm gonna start a business around it. Seems like they are doing the same thing for their company, Toasted. So let's definitely get off into it. The 3 things that I do look for is how simple is it, how effective is it, and what's the market size. Now, seems like it's pretty straightforward, just kind of based on their short description of it. The market is a little bit niche, given that it's Venezuelan food, but that's okay. You can still make a decent amount of money in a niche market. Again, it may not be millions upon millions of dollars, but you can still make a decent amount of money in a niche market. As far as the effectiveness, if it's good, it's an effective product. And that a lot of times is going to be based on the sales history and the reviews on your website or on Amazon and different platforms that you're selling it on. So again, the 2 things for the effectiveness of it is the reviews and then the sales history of it. But to the extent that you have it's simple, it's effective, and the market is a decent sized market, you stand to make a ton of money. And I'm talking about millions of dollars. But to the extent one or two are that not there, that doesn't mean it's no hope for the company. It just means that you maybe don't make millions of dollars. And again, but if you still make hundreds of thousands of dollars or $200,000-$300,000, that's a good day at the office. They say that people make what the average American makes $40,000 to $50,000. So being able to make $200,000, $300,000 on your business is a great thing. So we'll take a look at the website at the end here. I see they have the toaster with the R in the circle, which lets me know it's a registered mark. Again, this seems like this is something around cornmeal. The only thing I had cornmeal with, and I haven't had it in a long time, is I guess fish and like cornbread or something. So let's get to it. Let's see what they're talking about and see what the shark's saying. Let's go.
Let's try some samples.
Yeah, I'm starving.
But we have here today our original arepas. They're filled with sweet plantain and queso blanco. We also have the chia flaxseed arepas with some guacamole. And our cassava or yuca arepas with some mozzarella cheese.
This is really good.
Thank you so much.
This is the classic with the cornmeal. It's a bread that you can do anything
You
with.
can stuff it with all different fillings,
They're good.
or you can
They're really
top
good.
it as a toast.
Is that kept refrigerated
Yeah,
or frozen?
all of our products are frozen.
But are you already in stores? This is real packaging. You're
correct.
already on
Yes.
the shelves.
So we are currently in about 900 stores, including
That's
Publix,
crazy.
Walmart.
Wow.
We recently got distribution at Whole Foods Market.
Look it. Check me out. 900 stores. And I think she was ending off by saying Whole Foods, which we all know is a great store to be in, especially when we're talking about healthier options. I saw they said that it was gluten-free. Again, we're talking about the American dream here. Came from Venezuela. I'm not sure if they're immigrants or if they were born here. It seems like they have an accent. And again, still being able to build a business and get into 900 stores. Man, kudos to them. Shouts out to them. The sibling, I guess the sibling bond here is strong. And I mean, that's great stuff. What are you waiting for? I'm talking to you, the audience member. What are you waiting for? People are starting businesses. People are making money off their businesses. People are selling their businesses for millions upon millions of dollars. I want these episodes and these pitches and my breakdowns to be, if nothing else, motivation to you to get out there and start that business. Again, the last one that I talked about was a father and son. They're starting a business. And then I think the last one before that was, again, another company who, again, started from nothing and kind of built something up. So you don't have to be an expert on business. You don't have to be an expert on the field that you're going into, but the important part is that you start the business, you get out there, and whatever ideals in your head that you put on pen and paper, create a strategy, create a plan, and get out there and make it happen. Again, and you see it just a lot of times where the immigrants come over and they make they start something, they create something, and they kind of band together and do it. And shouts out to them. Hopefully, we all can learn from that. I'm not sure if, as Americans, we're maybe taking a lazier approach or thinking things should be given to us, but again, just life is a lot more excited, a lot more fulfilling to the extent that you're living out a purpose, that you're starting a business, something that you can pass down or sell and kind of pass down the funds from that to your downline. So kudos to them 900 stores. I didn't want to gloss over that because that's big. And one of those stores being Whole Foods here. So kudos to them. Let's go.
Markets and Winn-Dixie, also Central Market in Texas.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about your background.
So we're both originally from Venezuela, like we mentioned. We're sisters. We moved to the States about 8 years ago.
8 years.
Basically because of the
900
political
stores.
and social turmoil that the country is still currently
8 years, 900 stores in 8 years. I'm not even sure if they kind of built it 8 years ago. Maybe it was only within the last 3 or 4 years. People are fleeing their countries from the turmoil, as she talked about, coming to America for a better life and living that better life. Meanwhile, we in America, I don't know if we're like lazy or what, but this is crazy. Let's get back to it.
facing and looking for better opportunities for ourselves. We worked really hard to get a good education and start our corporate careers here. I started working in one of the largest CPG companies in the US, and my sister started her career in the banking industry.
Nice.
But there was something or a feeling between the two of us. We were missing a part of our culture and our traditions,
I
and
just said that.
specifically our food. And so we started thinking between the two of us, like what we could innovate. And so we started experimenting with recipes in our own homes while keeping our full-time jobs. We came up with the first SKU, which is the traditional arepa that is ready to toast in 5 minutes.
Did you have any background in manufacturing
None.
foods at all?
Nothing. We
Nothing.
literally knew nothing.
I just said that people are starting businesses. You don't have to be an expert in the thing that you're going into, having an expert on business with manufacturing and advertising and acquisitions, customer acquisitions, and all those things. The important part is you starting. You will figure all that out. You will figure everything else out as you're going into it. Now, it may be some painful moments, but you're going to figure it out one way or the other. That's for sure.
Anyway, sell them for? How much do you make them for? What's the revenue?
Yeah.
Let's talk
Sales
cornbread.
last year were 200,000. This year we've made about 190,000 in just 5 months.
So you think you'll get to 400 this year?
We're
sold
gonna
or
get
you
about
made?
to 500,000 by the end of this year.
Yeah.
We sell them for $323. It's a blended of the 4 SKUs. It costs us $230.
I don't like
So
those
our
margins.
gross margins are 30%.
A little light
I
on
like
gross
those
margins.
After selling and distribution expenses is 20%.
That's not good enough.
Yeah.
We-
What are you gonna do to fix that?
Just packaging, we already have a deal to reduce packaging by half. And in ingredients, there's a lot of opportunity to bring costs down.
And do you have competition?
Not in the frozen aisle. There are other arepas sitting in the refrigerated aisle.
I like the product. I got to tell you why. I'm not a diabetic, but I monitor my glucose, so I wanted to try this root one. It actually didn't spike it. So I
Nice.
found a bread I can eat.
Thank you for bringing that
Nice.
up. That's amazing.
This is a solution for me and lots of other people that diet the way I do.
Yeah.
We don't eat gluten,
And
and the taste is phenomenal.
thank you.
I
And
love
back
to
to what you
invest
were
in.
saying.
I love to invest in stuff that I use. I
go.
I don't know how you're going to make any money with these crummy margins.
This is actually the first year that we're actually going to be profitable. But
Have you paid yourselves anything?
no,
We don't.
so that's the thing. We haven't been
Wow.
paying ourselves.
Okay, look, it's a flyer. I'll give you the 100 grand. I want 20%.
100 grand for 5%. They want 20. So he's valuing it at what? 500,000. Do a little TiVo action here.
Goals for each.
Seems like they have at least one offer.
All
Kudos to
sharks are
them.
still in. Coco and Mafe have an offer on the table from Kevin for their South American arepas company, Toasted, but he wants a much bigger stake than the 5% they came in offering.
I'll
What
give you the
time is
100
that?
grand. I want 20%. There's only one Mr. Wonderful.
Thank God for that.
All right.
But Mr. Wonderful, you're cutting our valuation by one, like you're valuing at
Whoa.
500,000,
Oh, I know that.
and that's what we're going to make this year. It's really unfair to value it at
One-time sales makes sense to
500,000.
me for a
That's
commodity.
right. Stick to
Guys, I'll
guns.
simplify things
Yeah.
to help you figure things out. Look, it's a great product. Getting to 200,000 sales with the distribution you have, from where you've started, is phenomenal.
Thank
It's
you.
just not something that I get excited about, even
Yeah,
though the
he's not
product
a-
is amazing. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you
so
Mom.
much.
We appreciate it.
I love this, but my concern was refrigerated trucks cost a lot. Now there's not a lot of space in those grocery stores. And for you to get where you have gotten, I have no idea how you've done that. So I will be purchasing this, but I'm out.
Thank you,
Thank
Damon.
you so much, Damon.
I
I
think
can
you're
see
so
Lori coming in.
impressive,
Thank
and
you so much.
you two are very mighty. You have
Thank
gotten
you.
into 5 major retailers in the shortest amount of time. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Lori.
I tasted it. It's really delicious, but it's not the right business for me. So this deal, I am out, but I'm not worried about you.
Thank
You're
you, Lori.
fantastic.
What is your path for improving your margins? Because to Mr. Wonderful's point,
That's the big thing.
the
The
more you grow,
margin's
the
not
more
there.
you're digging a hole. And with a 33% margin, you're not going to be able to turn a viable business. So have you thought about what you're going to do?
So we are attacking it at different fronts, right? One is the machinery that we just bought that's going to help us optimize our production processes. Second, we were able to negotiate a better packaging deal that cut the cost of our packaging by half.
One last question. What level of commitment do you have?
Daniel, I mean, this is our baby.
It's my first baby. I have the second baby in the belly.
Oh,
Yes.
wow, wow,
Thank
congrats.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We started this, as we said, from our own kitchen. I was the first to
Crazy.
quit my full-time job. I had a great job. And then Literally, my sister did the same thing. We are extremely passionate about not only the product, but our mission to promote our
good.
culture and to be ambassadors of the food that we grew up eating.
Daniel, so you just know, Mr. O'Leary has an offer, and their
My offer's
Destiny
getting toasted.
baby in your hands.
Right.
I like you guys. I like your energy. I like your commitment. I don't like the margins. I don't like the frozen space. It's very, very tricky. Based on your $200,000 in sales, the best I can do is to match his offer. So I will give you the $100,000 for 20%. You need to decide if you want to swim with a shark or be eaten by one.
Mhm. They're definitely not going with Kevin.
Would you do 150,000 for 15%?
I wouldn't do that deal, sorry.
Pero Coco, ¿por qué lo estás viendo a él?
I also give you that offer, Daniel. También te doy esa oferta.
No, but you hurt my feelings.
No. I gave you the exact same offer. I would love to work with you, Daniel. I think there's so many things that we could do together.
What was your counter again?
150 for 15%.
That's
$1 million valuation.
I'm valuing the business at $500,000, 1 times revenue for a baked goods, non-proprietary, terrible margin business. The only reason I like it is you guys, and it doesn't spike my glucose.
I'll give you, instead of $100,000, I'll give you $150,000 for 20%.
I'll take it.
Es mucho menos del margen, pero te dice, lo siento, estoy entero el mínimo. Ni siquiera era 150 for.
Guys, this is my final offer. It's a very generous offer.
You have a deal, Daniel.
Yeah, good job, Daniel. Good job, guys.
Good job. Thank you.
Bienvenidos.
Hey man, congrats to them. I definitely have to learn Spanish on another note. Gotta have that second language. And again, this is the power of having a business, the power of believing in yourself. Again, the product was simple. The effectiveness of it, it seems like the Shark said it was good. Seems like the market, again, like I said, the market may be a niche market, and the margins, which I didn't think the margins were good at all, and they still were able to get a deal. They still were able to get in a ton of stores, and it seems like still the horizon things are looking up for them. Now, again, I think they do have to find out or figure out this issue of the margins, because I think that's something that's going to plague them going forward. If they don't get it figured out, and again, it could be the end of their business. But I mean, these two, they were very positive, very upbeat. They had a great personality. So I think they're very smart as well. One was in banking, and so I think they will figure it out here. So let's go to the website here really quickly before we get you guys up out of here. Let me know, to the extent that you guys use the product or bought the product, let me know what you guys think about it. It seems like the Sharks love this stuff, which is a great thing. So as we talked about before, they have all the different companies or the stores that they are in sort of exclusively. The stores in Southeast, Walmart, Whole Foods, Winnie Dixie. I'm not sure if that's Texas or whatnot, or Florida. Seems like they definitely have a trademark on the term toasted. They don't have any patents. I think Mr. Wonderful talked about just having a business where, again, there's no proprietary, and again, the margins aren't good. I think he would have been a lot better with no proprietary situation. Again, he seemed like loved that it didn't spike his glucose, which is a great thing. But the fact that, again, you're protecting the toasted, so that's great. But the margins, man, I think if they had those margins, great, or if they were able to get those margins a lot better going forward, I think, man, this thing could really be something. I haven't had cornbread or cornmeal in a minute. But it's cool that it seems like you can also use it as like bread for like a sandwich, which is cool. That's interesting that this has to be frozen as opposed to refrigerated. Seems like, based on what the Shark said, that adds an additional layer of complexity as well as cost to it. They have, obviously, Shark Tank, they've been on New Times, Miami New Times, and then Entrepreneur. Man, that's cool, man. It seems like they're all in for sure. Congrats to the one who's having a little one. Great stuff. Yeah, that's it for a sandwich, which is pretty cool. That looks tasty. I went to Puerto Rico, man. I had some mofongo. That joint was sweet. I like the mofongo. Fried plantains. Plantains. Seems like it doesn't have that many calories, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Again, I love the fact when you have hardworking just people, hardworking humans productive humans who come over here from another country looking to make a better life for themselves and their family. And they, again, work hard and start businesses and kind of just provide value to the U.S., to citizens here in this country, man. Kudos to them for that. I wish that people here in this country would do that. Well, a lot more people. I know there's a ton of people doing it already, but I wish a lot more people would do it because, again, I do think that, man, it's an opportunity out here. It's an opportunity to make a ton of money and really have an impact, not only for society's sake, but for your sake and for your family's sake. So let me know what you guys think about Toasted. Again, to the extent that you have tried the product, let me know in the comment section. If you haven't tried the product, still let me know if it's something that you will try. To the extent that you're Venezuelan or have from Venezuela or Latin America or Central America or just outside of the country who have tried it and kind of grew up on it, kind of let me know what's the best places to get this stuff at if we were to travel abroad. Because again, I'm always doing some traveling. And when I do travel, I like to try different things as opposed to American food outside. I try to kind of immerse myself in the culture and try the food wherever I'm at. Like I said, I was in Puerto Rico trying a mofongo and different items. I know I was in Santorini, and hey, you think a Greek salad here in the U.S. is something. You go out there and have a Greek salad. It's not what you think, but it's pretty good nonetheless. I had I think the loaded tomato or pepper or whatnot. That was pretty good. Obviously, you had out in Greece the gyros and things like that. So again, I'm always willing to kind of try different things and immerse myself in the culture. So let me know what's the best place to try this food at if I was to go outside of here in the U.S. And kudos to them. I'm trying to get them on a podcast to kind of talk through their story, man. I definitely think they have a winning team here. Just have to figure out some things as it relates to the business, which I am confident that they will get figured out. And if they do, man, hey, the sky is the limit. So take care. Until next time, see you later.